Today we're going to be flying some drones over Niagara Falls. Let's get into it. So we have a couple different drones today that we're going to be flying. We have the DJI drone. We're going to get some like steady photo, steady video, and then also an FPV drone to get some fast video. As you can see behind me here, there is a lot of mist coming from Niagara Falls. So I think my game plan is going to be taking up the DJI drone first. Flying it around for a bit and kind of scoping out the mist and seeing how much mist is actually coming off, because it looks like we have a little bit of a wall there. Before we actually get into flying, I should probably go over how I can actually fly over Niagara Falls legally, and it involves a lot of paperwork. So right here I have my authorization request that has all of my zones which I'm allowed to fly in here. This zone specifically is called CYR 518. And I've been working for Niagara Parks as a digital content coordinator for just over 2 years now. So I do all their photos, videos, social media, all that kind of stuff. And I've built a pretty good relationship with Transport Canada over the years and flying in this restricted airspace. So I'm lucky to have 35 flights this summer. And the difficult thing is I can only do 35 flights on specific dates. So I have to give them the dates in advance. I don't know what the weather is going to be like. Right now we have a pretty good weather day in terms of like the sky, but then Niagara Falls becomes its own issue. There's always a lot of mist coming off of it, depending on which way the wind is blowing. The wind can blow the mist over the falls. It can blow it into the middle. It can create like a kind of like a wall, as we're seeing right now today. Talking a little bit about the safety gear that we have to use here. We have to use one of these radios here. So this is what the pilots use up in the sky. There's a lot of helicopter traffic in the area. We have like helicopter tours that go over the falls and then just regular air traffic on top of that. So this lets me listen into all the air traffic in the area. If there's any emergencies or if I need to contact them for an emergency, this is what this device here does. I also have a spotter off camera here. They're watching my line of sight. We have a pretty easy line of sight today. We're not going too far. And then the area that we're in today is actually the firework launch site. So this is closed off to the public. We don't have to put any caution tape up. We don't have to get any officers watching and holding down the area for us. So we're all safe down here. I might go more in depth if that's something you're interested in and all the specifications that you actually need to fly over the falls. There's a lot more on top of that, but that's pretty much like the basics that we have today. Maybe I'll do that when I get a lucky day out and I really want to fly the crest with an FPV drone and do some dives over the falls. But every time that I've come out here within the dates that I have for the summer, it's just been not good. So we've come out here for sunrise and every time it's just been not good. Like either too cloudy, too misty, raining. So we got a nice day out today. We're gonna try to make the most of it. Hopefully that mist moves a little bit for us, but let's get started. Plug in the Mavic 4 Pro, scout out the area a little bit, and then take up an FPV drone and see how close we can get to the falls today. Okay, so we just did all of our pre-flight checks there for the drone. Everything's safe, so we're good to take off here. Okay, and we'll just start flying out there and then kind of just scoping out the weather and the mist over there, because things change really quick down here too. That's another thing about flying in the falls. While we're flying out here, I might as well just start recording here and making sure all of our settings are good. Okay, so now we're good to start recording there. So yeah, that's that little wall of mist that I've been talking about, and if you fly through that, that's really dangerous. Like, that's a lot of mist. It doesn't look like it's a lot, but once you get actually in there, then it can cause some real problems to the equipment here. So yeah, I was really hoping for like this little section here on the right hand of the falls to be open so we can get like the FPV drone inside of the falls and get to the crest from this location, but I don't know if that's gonna happen today. It might change. We're going to be out here for about 2 hours today collecting different assets for the park, so and as you can see right down there in the right hand corner too, that's Journey Behind the Falls. So also got to be careful of the people down there, but let's go up a little bit higher here. Yeah, it looks like we're just getting completely misted out over here. This is the side that I was hoping would be on the opposite, so we can actually get over there. That's actually the United States side. We're not allowed crossing that line over there, so I can't fly the drone, the FPV drone on that side and get close to the crest there, but things might change. They always change down here, so go all the way up to the Rainbow Bridge here and then flip the drone around. Kind of zoom in on our lens there a bit. Just sort of shot back this way and go kind of the opposite way. Yeah, that's looking better. We'll get kind of like in the middle here, going around these people on the boat. We'll switch to our max lens here and kind of see what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a static video of the water smashing off these rocks here. Look how much power comes from Niagara Falls. It's really cool watching, actually. Get some different perspectives with the drone for sure. Okay, that spot there is probably good. What else can we get ×6 over here with? Yeah, I'd like to bring it down a little bit further here. Just get a shot like that. And then we'll go ahead and try to get that boat in the shot too here. Okay, so now we need some shots of the boat going by. We're focusing on the one with the red jackets on it today, not the one with the blue jacket. So we're just gonna push up and kind of follow that boat. We should probably go into sport mode here. I'll start recording as I'm flying over to our spot too. So yeah, it looks good here, so we just pretty much have to wait for that boat to come by. All right, the boat's coming up pretty quick here, so we should be able to get a good shot in just a second. That was a nice shot there. It looks like that mist is still hanging out there, unfortunately. We can still push in a little bit here. Got some rainbows popping up on the screen now too. Just kind of push in with them here. Get a little bit lower. Yeah, like you can barely see the falls at this point. Like it's just too misty here. So we're just gonna go ahead and bring it back. So what we can do is just head over the lip of the falls here and kind of see what it looks like from the other angle. So if we just kind of head over the clouds here, the mist. Yeah, it looks nice up here. It just looks like that mist is right in the middle. So we'll do some shots up here.
Fly with caution.
Yeah, it looks really nice over here actually. Let's head up a little bit to our ceiling here and get some top-down shots. Okay, that looks good there. Kind of go down from our max ceiling height there. A little bit faster on the turning. All right, there's a pretty cool shot. Get nice and low here. And then just stopping right about there. Okay, so we'll do some low stuff along the edge here. Kind of started like a top down, just kind of going across the edge slowly. Go to cinematic mode for this. Get nice and low here. So we might as well start at our like ending point, like the max point we can go to here, which is that island right there. If we come over here, and this point here is the furthest that we can go on the Canadian side. So we're gonna start here. That's pretty cool there. And then we'll kind of just ride along this wall here. Yeah. I do like how that turned out. So what we're gonna do is head back there. Might as well get a shot like this here too. Kind of just going straight across. And stopping there. That there is pretty cool. All right, so our battery's at 20% here. Looks like we're gonna bring it in for a landing, and then I think we're gonna switch over to some photos now.
Return to home.
Oh, let's see what happens here with the Mavic 4 Pro on the return to home. Yeah, we're just gonna cancel. We're gonna return ourselves, actually. Still got 20% battery, so it's fine. All right, drone safe there, and time to switch the battery pack out, make sure everything's still good with the drone. We'll take it up and do some photos now. Hopefully we can get some FPV out today. I'm not too sure because that mist is still lingering around there, but it looks a little bit lighter than it did this morning. So maybe after this battery pack, we'll take another look again and then see if we can do FPV today. All right, it looks like everything's good with the drone. We're gonna take it up and do some photos with it. I took the ND filter off too, so my plan is using 50% battery on no ND, bringing it in, and then using the rest of like the 30% battery before it hits 20. We gotta bring it back to do long exposure photos and see how some of those turn out.
Tango. Home point updated.
And then as we wait for our Canadian boat to come by, we're gonna do some American Falls stuff here. And then just get the exposure proper here. It's hard to do it in the day here because all of the water is white and it's reflecting that hot sun. So it's nice that we have blue sky behind us or above us, but we also gotta figure out how we're gonna expose this photo properly here. Brighten it up a bit here. That looks pretty good to me. Snap a photo like this. It's really hard to get this exposure right. It's gonna be a lot of editing after to get that proper framing. but we'll just go ahead, get some shots of the boat flying through here. Okay, that's good. Can we kind of speed in front of them here? Try to get a shot of them coming towards us. And then just kind of following behind them. Okay, and now while we wait for them to kind of get closer to the falls there, we'll do some more shots here. Just head up a little bit here. Looks a little bit dark here, so we're just gonna bump up shutter speed. There we go. What does our 6x lens look like here? Okay, now we'll just move through our lenses here, go a little bit further back, snap a couple of the same photos. I might just send the drone up higher, get like more of a top angle of everything going on here. So now we'll head over this way and kind of get as far back as we can. All right, and that there's our max that we can fly at. So we're gonna stop right there. I think something like this would be cool. Back it up just a bit to get more of that boat in there. Go a little bit higher just so we can keep line of sight here, and that's the max that we can fly at. These photos are turning out pretty good here. Nice angle. See if we can go back a bit and get like a rainbow in our shot. That's a nice shot, the rainbow in it. So we'll head a little bit lower here. We're really gonna have to work on this exposure here. What are we gonna do about it? Can you shoot bracketed photos on this drone? I don't think so. All right, we're gonna bring it back in now and try to do some long exposure photos and kind of see how that turns out. So I think we'll kind of start over here and just do a couple test shots here. Okay, we'll push in a little bit closer here. All right, drone safe, and that's probably good for all the Mavic stuff. Now I just gotta decide what I'm gonna do with this FPV drone now. So as I'm getting my FPV drone all set up here, and I think I'm gonna take it off, and I think I see a line that I can get through the mist and kind of like cruise around the brink of the falls there. I'm thinking that this video is gonna be too long, so I'm probably gonna split this up into 2 chunks. So tomorrow's video will be the FPV portion of it, and then today's video will just be the Mavic drone. So if you wanna see me flying the FPV drone over Niagara Falls here, make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And if you like today's video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video.